everybody. This is Jorge from Mexicali Fish Keeper. Today, I guess it's the first day of a project that I'm going to be working on. Kind of leaked a little bit of a hint as to what I'm going to be doing on Instagram. So if you guys are following me there, you guys will kind of know what this is going to be about. But right now, I need to go out and gather some of the material that I'm going to need. So I'm going to go to my favorite spot and go get me some sand for some substrate. So that's where I'm headed out right now. I've got all my buckets and my shovel loaded up, and I'll show you what I do. Luckily, I live out in the desert, so I never have to buy sand. A little bit of work involved with it, but you know, it's free. So let me get on out there, and I'll show you where I like to gather this stuff. So see you guys in a bit. All right, so we're out here now where I normally like to come and gather stuff. Let me show you guys the camera around an idea. So basically, this is just right outside, still within our city limits, but there's this big old wash that runs right through here from whenever we have some serious rainfall. But you can see there's an abundance of sand here. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fill these guys up, load them up in my vehicle, and then we'll be out of here. So let me get started. All right, that got these filled up now. Well, not all the way up, but I got plenty of sand for what I need to do. I need to level the ground of where I'm gonna put down the pond, and I also need to cap one of the aquariums. So this should be enough material to be able to do that. So now, time to get home. All right, so I'm back at home, and let me show you what it is that I needed the sand for. There's a couple of things that I'm working on. One of them is, let me show you the aquarium where I need a cap, the substrate that's in there, so you guys can get an understanding of why I need that extra sand. So let me turn the camera around. Okay, so this is the 150 that I put on the rolling rack. As you guys can see, there's a lot of fine particulate matter that's floating around in the water column, and that's because back when I used my own substrate for planted aquariums, one of the things that I use is laterite, but the laterite that I used was in a real powder form, so it gets suspended very easily into the water column, and I don't want to have to constantly be doing water changes to try to remove it out of the water column. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cap it. So I needed to take the sand that I had, and now I'm going through the process of trying to separate, because right now, as you guys can see, there are some stuff in here that I don't necessarily want to put in there, but I could still use this eventually if I ever have to scape another aquarium. Kind of what you guys see there, the fines that are in there, that's usually from stuff that I'll pull from here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this sifter here, or this colander, and I'm going to separate anything that goes through and gets down there. That's what I'm going to use to cap that off. So let me get started on that, and once I'm done, I'll show you once I cap that other aquarium, and then we'll go out and take a look at the other project that I want to work on. Well, here you go. This is almost a whole bucket that I've separated. I'll show you real quick how I do it, but it's still a little dusty, but that's okay. I'll go ahead and rinse it through when I'm done. This is what I've managed to separate from there. So you can see there's still a lot of little stones and stuff like that I don't necessarily want right now for what I'm trying to do, but that's about a whole bucket. It's real simple. I just will take a couple of scoops of this stuff, put it in there. As a matter of fact, it's almost done, so let me just take this and pour it in there. So that's it, and then just take it in here and shake it real quick. You can see where that stuff is falling through, the smaller particles. It's a little bit harder to do with one hand, but you'll see where it quickly starts separating. There we go. And what you're left with is all that stuff that I don't want to use at the moment, so we'll just discard over here, and there you go. I'll go ahead and run some water through this. just to get some of that excess dust that's in here, and then we'll cap that aquarium off. So let me go ahead and rinse this out. So I've already cleaned this out. As you guys can see, I washed it through. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to go ahead and start capping off what's in there, and it's going to get a lot more, it's going to get dirtier before it gets clear. Right now, because there's no cap on that, anytime the quarries swim over the top of it, they kick up all that fine powder. The idea is that hopefully this will help cap it and prevent that from happening. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll show you what it looks like once I've capped off the substrate. It's good, like I said, it's going to kick up a lot of stuff right now, which I'll be able to remove in a water change. But since it'll be capped off after that, there shouldn't be any more exposure of that that laterite. So let me get busy doing that, and I'll show you the final result on that. So I added the sand to that aquarium to try to cap off that dirted substrate. It improved a lot compared to the way it looked like before. There's still a slight like cloudiness to it, so I don't know if it's still part of the cycling process, where it might be a little bit of a bacterial bloom, or there's still some particulates that are suspended in the water column, but it looks a lot better than what it did before. So I'll go ahead and turn around and show you what it finally looks like. I'm thinking maybe a couple of water changes and this should start looking a lot better. So let me turn the camera around. Well, as you can see, there it is. These guys, I've moved all the angelfish that I had left into this setup here. Well, I have 2 pairs that I've got in 2 different tanks, and then still a group of about 6 that I'm waiting for them to pair off. But this is the 150, and these guys are in there. I've put some plants in there. I got some crypts, a couple of swords, Amazon swords in there, and some Luigia, and some dwarf Sagittarius, which I'm hoping we'll carpet some of that area in there. But yeah, this is what it finally came out to look like. I'm kind of happy with it. I can't wait till the plants really start growing out, so that it really creates that impact that I'm looking for. But overall, I'm pretty happy. Hopefully you guys like these guys, like the outcome. These guys are looking a lot happier since they have a lot more room to swim around, and can't wait to see them grow up. So the only other thing I have left for you guys on this video is I'll go show you roughly where I'm going to be working on that next project, which is going to be a little outdoor pond, and I'll just kind of give you guys a quick preview so that you guys know what's coming up. Alright, here you have it. I've recently purchased that outdoor tub, which I'm going to be turning into a little water feature out here. The idea is I'm going to build a wraparound for it so that you can't really see the container itself, and hopefully be able to put like an overhead bog system that'll be the filtration system for that. So that's kind of what I'll be working on. I still got to level out the ground, build the platform that I'm going to sit this on, so that I bring up the elevation a little bit more. I like to get it to about 38 inches tall, and then wrap it up and create all that stuff. So as I get ready to start doing that, I'll start filming some of that process, and I'll keep you guys posted. So that's a couple of things that I've been working on. Fish room is about 90% done. There's a lot of cleaning up that I need to do. I need to really start choosing some of the stuff that I'm going to keep and some of the stuff that needs to be thrown away. And then I only have 2 more tanks that need to be set up, and I should be done with it. I'll kind of give you guys a quick overview real quick, just so that you guys can start seeing what it's looking like. There's still a lot of details that I need to finish up, but and deciding where I'm going to do that. Right now it's kind of like half of the garage is a mess and the other half is a mess. But anyways, let me turn the camera around. Okay, so this is the original rack that I had. This is another thing that I need to tackle, but I think that's going to be put on hold for right now. This is working fine. I want to condense it a little bit more so that I'm not as tied up. It give me a little bit more room to properly slide that sink a little bit further back. Getting rid of some of the totes. I've started breaking that one down. This is a grow out for some guppies that I have. I'll probably have to break that down too, and organize some of this stuff. I got some hardscape that I need to get rid of. Then, well, I'm gonna wait because I still have one more. I have a 60 gallon that I need to set up, so I might be able to using some of that. Those are one of the racks that I built on wheels. It's right there. You guys can see the buckets of the gravel that I was using. Here's the one that's already been sifted through. So I've got that there. And then I've got the other rack with the wheels that's sitting on here with the 55 and the 150 on the bottom. Turn around this way. You guys have seen that rack. That's got my 320 longs. This one I might be sliding over a little bit more. Probably all the way up to where the light panel's at. That alarm, I'm gonna have to relocate that from there, just so that I have a little bit more access to this area in here. And then this is the other rack for the 10 gallon tanks on here. Those are all going to be breeding projects that I need to set up. This is the one that I resealed recently, so there's still those. These are all up and running. I've been posting little videos of this and that. These are 220 regulars, or talls if you wanted to call that. That's a 29 up there. That's where I have the goldfish right now, but the idea is eventually to move them down to that 60 gallon that's there. That's one of the ones that still needs to be set up. This is all my mess and all this stuff that I need to sort through. And then that's a 33 gallon. So I need to build a rack for that and that aquarium. The idea is this rack will probably be moving up against this wall here. There's a lot of stuff that I need to move out of here. There's some cinder blocks that I'm going to be using for that project outside that I need to get rid of, and whatever I don't use I need to toss. I need to declutter some of the stuff that we have over here, and then just break down this table to a smaller size, about half the size of what I have there, and get rid of a lot of stuff that's just kind of laying around. But that's pretty much it. This area really opened up a lot more, and that's pretty much it for right now. So like I said, the other thing is just building out that pond that's out there. I'm hoping all that scrap wood that's there, a lot of it I'll be able to repurpose and use it for what I'm working on. And I still have to come up with a way to do the bog filter. I want to do like a rectangular box, so that I can put some, if it's a bog filter, obviously I want to put plants that are growing off the top, and then figure out what I'm going to use for the return, whether I'm going to use a couple of pipes, or I really wanted to use like a waterfall. But the trouble is I'm trying to figure out how to adapt it to a rectangular box that's about 36 inches long. So that's kind of where I'm at. The other thing is I could build the box, because I'm trying to use a plastic insert. That way I don't have to worry about trying to mess around with pond liner and stuff like that. Worst case scenario, that's what I have to go to, then I'll probably do that, but I'd rather not. I'd rather just use the plastic insert. Makes it a lot easier. I can wrap that, and then it'll be all said and done. But we'll see. That's still undecided. But those are the things. That's what I've kind of been MIA a little bit, is because I've been busy doing some stuff around here. And quite honestly, I didn't feel like recording any of that stuff. I don't find it interesting. It's other than just me working in the fish room. So I didn't. It's what it is. What it is. I would get started, and when I'd be 3/4 of the way in when I'd remember that I gotta record this. But sometimes you just got to do stuff for yourself, and that's kind of what I went with there. But other than that, I just want to say thank you guys for following me along. Thank you guys for the 2,000 subscribers, and I'll see you guys soon. You guys take care.